because we have been waiting for a new FNAF game for forever, and we need something to keep us entertained while we wait. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. This is Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. Today we'll be counting down the top 10 scary Five Nights at Freddy's fan games that we need, that might not be here yet, that might not ever be here, but that doesn't mean we do not want them. Let's get counting. Number 10, The Withered. What if you could play a version of the FNAF games where all the animatronics were severely withered? Would you dare? This is a fan-made game that a few developers have been working on to make happen, and it's definitely one that I would love to play. I personally think the Withered and Nightmare animatronics are some of the most scary versions that we have in-game, so to see a whole series where everything is withered sounds pretty terrifying to me. If you love getting jump scared to the point that you can't sleep at night, this is probably a fan-made game that you also need in your life. Also, what if the Withereds were more active in-game? That would also be a cool idea, no? Number 9, Lego Five Nights at Freddy's 1. This is a game that is currently being developed on Game Jolt. I just love the premise and design of the characters. The idea? It's a one-for-one copy of the original game, but with Lego versions of all the animatronics. So if you love Lego and you love FNAF, this one's for you. I especially love in the trailer how Bonnie just takes off their head to reveal the endo underneath, like it's a mask. Because I mean, you can do that with Legos. So neat. Lego Five Nights at Freddy's is actually a mod for the original, I believe, or it's intended to be, which is how it works to be an exact one-for-one. So the only thing you need to do is actually own the original to play this version. And then of course wait for the mod, and then download the mod, and then put it in. So a few more things. And friends, before we move on to this next point, if you are loving this list and you want to learn more about awesome fan-made games that we are expecting or that we'd love to see, be sure to let us know by giving this video a thumbs up. Number 8, FNAF Origins. Something that has always fascinated me when it comes to the FNAF franchise is the figure of William Afton. He's so mysterious and there is still so much we don't know about him. Why does he kill? What motivates him? When and how did that all start? To uncover this, I would love to have a game that dives deep into William's backstory, his origins, and the lore surrounding him. It doesn't have to be so on the nose, but just a game that even hinted at the motivations for this character would be cool. It could also be something more abstract, where we don't play explicitly as William, but simply a character that represents him. Though really, if I gotta pick, I would prefer something a touch more literal, as we already have lots of illusions in the franchise left to unpack and decode already. Number 7, Lego Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I think this is one of my personal favorites when it comes to Lego FNAF fan-made trailers we've gotten thus far. Something about how creepy it manages to be while still being Lego versions of the animatronics, that combined with the silliness of what a Lego phone guy would sound like, which I love by the way, it's just magical. Give me all the Lego everything, and especially Lego FNAF 2. Also, is it weird that I still find these Lego models really scary in FNAF 2? Like genuinely, these models creep me out. Maybe it has to do with how many Legos I have lurking around my home. Definitely keeping a closer eye on them moving forward. Number 6, Fredbear's Diner Family Vacation. We've seen quite a few games that are focused on Fredbear's Diner and use the location as a backdrop for a game similar to the general formula of FNAF. But what about a game that deviates from that formula? What I would love to see is a game where instead of playing as a security guard there, we maybe get to play in the role of someone who is staying nearby. I have this vision of a family on vacation, perhaps at a campsite near Fredbear's, who goes there every day for meals throughout the week. For some reason, I've always envisioned Fredbear's as being more remote in terms of its location. I don't know if that's just me. In this game, as the family continues to visit the diner, things get more and more strange until eventually their lives seem to be at peril. Will you escape or end up as the first victims of Fredbear's Diner? Sure, this might not fit within the main continuity, but hey, it's a fan game, so it doesn't have to. Number 5, Five Nights at Circus Baby's. Haven't you always wanted to go to Circus Baby's Pizza World? I know I have. This is what this game would be all about. Circus Baby is one of my favorite characters in the games, and once again, it would be so cool to travel back in time to see her origins and also perhaps see what happened to Elizabeth. I imagine the format for this could be similar to the others, with maybe the 5th night taking place during an actual shift where the place is open in the evening for a birthday party. As a security guard, you are tasked with making sure the animatronics don't step out of line, but obviously in the end you fail. Or maybe you don't. There's the possibility for an alternate ending here where, contrary to lore, you save Elizabeth and you end up a hero. That would also be super cool. Not all horror games need to have tragic endings after all. Or at least not all ending options need to be tragic. Number 4. Pork Chop's Horror Show. We've been waiting for this one for a while. Initially it was cancelled and it became uncancelled, and yet we've still been waiting for over a year since then for it to be released. In this game you are a contestant on a twisted game show of sorts where you must survive the murderous animatronic pork chop to win prizes, money, and fame. It takes place in what I assume is a potentially trap-filled meat factory where you run the risk, just by competing, of ending up as dead meat. Pun intended. I don't know if we'll ever get this game, but it's certainly the much darker take on FNAF that I think we all need. Number 3. LEGO Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I love that LEGO FNAF 3 is also point number 3. Of course, I am also excited for the third installment of LEGO FNAF, this one possibly even more so than the other two because of just how frightening LEGO Springtrap is. Something about how much faster he seems to move in this trailer and just how toned down yet still somehow spooky he remains. LEGO FNAF 3 takes us into Fazbear Fright, the horror attraction, but LEGOifies the whole thing. We've gotten a trailer so far where, just like in LEGO FNAF 2, everything seems to be LEGOified. So it's not just Springtrap, but actually the whole location, down to every single detail, including the drawings, pictures, and posters on the wall. I love that attention to detail in those games. Number 2. The Incident. What do we really want? What do we really want? We want a game that helps to shed some light on an evening that has haunted us for many years. Or perhaps not just one evening, but a period of time. Although it is alluded to as being a single evening as well. That is the night when the 5 victims of William Afton went missing. I would love a game where you are perhaps playing as one of those 5. Perhaps you even get to choose who you want to play as, and each character's story is slightly different when it comes to gameplay. You know how the night ends, you know you're doomed, but you get to participate and witness as the horrible story of that night unfolds. I also just love playing through horror games where I kinda know I'm doomed. Number 1. Real LEGO FNAF. Well, we have 3 games that are currently in the works in regards to LEGO mods or versions of FNAF. The only thing is that these aren't original and sanctioned LEGO versions of the FNAF games. Important to be clear there. So fans of the LEGO games in general, which follow their own formula, might be disappointed in those previously mentioned ones. Fans of that series of games will likely need something more attuned to the LEGO games that they already own. In order for this to happen though, we would need LEGO to come on board. So this wouldn't so much be, I guess, a fan-made game as a sanctioned game working with the franchise, unless of course the people that were working on it were also fans, and then even though it would be more professionally made, it would still technically be made by fans as well. Technically, I guess any professional game, if you love it, you're a fan, so it's still a fan-made game? Whoa. What scary fan-made games are you most looking forward to? Which fan-made games are your favorite that you've already played? Do you have an idea for a fan-made game that you wish existed but it doesn't yet? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to respond to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 FNAF Scary Vanny Theories. Sabine Batone comments, I needed a video like this today. Vanny is the character I'm most fascinated by as of now. Me too, Vanny is so mysterious. I would say like Vanny and William Afton are the 2 up there for me, and then maybe Circus Baby as well. Alicia Nodell shares, I love how deep FNAF actually is and how far it's developed into what it is now. Take Security Breach for example. We already know what the glamrocks look like and the Pizzaplex, and those details would have been what we would be excited about in the past. But we all have 1 million questions about lore reveal, so I just think FNAF has turned into something so much more to us than a game. 100%. It's like some sort of like murder mystery sci-fi thing now. It's all over the place. It's a lifestyle, FNAF. Games with Ali exclaims, I really like these game theories. Oh, well thanks Games with Ali, that's really nice. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your thoughts and feels shouted out in a future video. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I am your host Amanda McKnight. Till next time, keep on gaming on. Pew pew! I'll keep talking. We have been waiting for a new FNAF game for forever, and we need something to keep us entertained while we wait. Come back. Come back. I don't know if we'll ever get this game, but it's certainly the much darker take on FNAF that I think we all need. I just love the premise and design of the characters. The idea,